Becoming a chartered accountant in India, it can feel like you're staring up at this massive, impossible mountain. But what if I told you that you just need a map? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We're going to give you the complete step-by-step roadmap to conquer the CA journey in 2025.
So what does it actually take to get there? It's a journey, for sure. It's got different levels, some really important exams, and some hands-on training. Sounds like a lot, but honestly, the entire path is built on 3 main milestones.
The entire CA course is built on these 3 levels: foundation, intermediate, and final. Just think of them as the 3 big checkpoints on your way to earning those 2 letters after your name, CA. So, first up, let's talk about the foundation.
This is pretty much the starting line for most students. It's that first big hurdle you've got to clear to officially get your CA journey rolling.
Okay, so at the foundation level, you're looking at 4 papers. Each one is worth 100 marks. You've got accounting, business law, quantitative aptitude, and business economics. This is the bedrock, really. Everything you learn later on is going to be built right on top of this.
Now, right away, here's the first bit of strategy you need to know. To pass, you've got to hit 2 targets at once. You need to score at least 40% in every single paper, and you have to get a 50% average overall. This means you can't just be a rock star in one subject and hope it carries you. You need a really solid, balanced performance across the board.
A lot of students get really nervous about that quantitative aptitude paper, thinking it's all just hardcore math. But here's the inside scoop. It's not. A huge 60% of that paper is actually logical reasoning and statistics. So what does that mean? It means even if complex math isn't your thing, you can totally crush this by focusing on your analytical and reasoning skills.
All right, let's talk money for a sec. Your initial investment to register for the foundation course is 9,800 rupees. That's the official fee from the institute. Just remember to also budget for coaching, which, let's be honest, most students go for. That can run you anywhere from 50 to 70,000 rupees. So, who can sign up for this? Well, to actually sit for the exam, you have to have passed your Class 12 exams. But, and this is a great tip, you can get a head start with a provisional registration right after you finish Class 10. Once you're registered, it's valid for 3 years, which gives you a nice, comfortable window to clear this first level.
So you've cleared foundation. Awesome. You're ready for stage 2, the intermediate level. This is where things really start to heat up, and it's going to test the real core of what you know about accounting. Now, what's really cool is that there are 2 ways to get to this stage. Most people will come through the foundation route, which we just talked about. But check this out. There's also a direct entry route. This lets you skip the foundation exam entirely if you're a graduate with a certain percentage. It is an amazing shortcut if you decide to go for your CA after college.
At the intermediate level, the challenge is up to 6 papers, and they're split into 2 groups of 3. Group 1 has advanced accounting, laws, and taxation. Then Group 2 gets into costing, auditing, and financial management. The nice thing is you've got flexibility. You can try to clear one group at a time, or if you're feeling ambitious, go for both at once.
And remember that passing rule we talked about? Well, it's back. You still need that same balanced performance. Get at least 40% in every single paper and a 50% average for whatever group you're attempting. Consistency is key. Okay, registration for the intermediate level is 18,000 rupees. And when you factor in the popular coaching programs, most students are probably looking at an investment of around 1 lakh rupees for this stage.
So you've passed foundation, you've cleared intermediate, now you're facing the final boss. This is the absolute peak of the mountain, the culmination of all your years of hard work and training.
But hold on. Before you can even think about sitting for the final exam, there are 2 non-negotiable requirements, and this is so important. First, you have to complete a minimum of 2 years of practical training. We call that articleship. And second, you have to pass a bunch of self-paced online modules. You absolutely cannot appear for the final exams without ticking both of these boxes.
The final level looks a bit like intermediate on the surface. 6 papers, 2 groups. But trust me, the subjects are way more advanced. We're talking financial reporting, international taxation, advanced auditing. This is where you really become an expert. The final registration fee you'll pay for the course is 22,000 rupees. And just like with intermediate, if you opt for coaching to get you over this last hurdle, it'll probably cost you about 1 lakh rupees.
Foundation, intermediate, final. Phew, we have mapped out the entire mountain. Now, let's just zoom out for a second and look at the whole journey in one simple checklist.
Here it is, the whole thing in a nutshell. This is your game plan for becoming a CA. You clear those 4 foundation papers. You pass all 6 papers of the intermediate level. You put in your 2 years of mandatory practical training, and then, finally, you conquer the 6 papers of the final level. See? It's a marathon, not a sprint, but it has very clear milestones all along the way. Look, the path is challenging, there is absolutely no doubt about that. But it is also so incredibly rewarding. We've laid out the entire map for you, from the starting line to the finish. So the only real question left is, are you ready to take that first step?